believe that I'm going to do my job, and I believe that I was born not to die in a car wreck. I don't believe I'm going to die in a car wreck. I don't believe I'm going to die from slipping on a piece of ice. I believe I'm going to die because of lung cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die in the thing that I was born for. I believe that I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I will be able to die as a revolutionary in the international revolutionary proletarian struggle. And I hope that each one of you will be able to die in the international proletarian revolutionary struggle, even be able to live in it. And I think that struggle is going to come.
In this episode of Melanated Kings Monday, we are taking a look at who is Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton is a young African-American man that made strong strides in the political revolution against institutional racism, classism, and other disparities targeting people of color. A leader in the Black Panther Party as well as for young men of color. Him and his soul partner, Deborah, had one son named Fredrick Hampton Jr. Deborah is now known by the name Akua Njuri and has spoken out in several occasions about her perspectives and Fred Hampton.
I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that. You're going to have to say that I am a proletarian. I am the people. I'm not the pig. You've got to make a distinction. And the people are going to have to attack the pigs. The people are going to have to stand up against the pigs. That's what the Panthers are doing. That's what the Panthers are doing all over the world.
What is Fred Hampton known for? Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, right? However, on this channel, we do not sugarcoat the truth or blatantly lie. On this channel, Consciously Melanated Queen, we uplift the voices of those affected as opposed to the ones doing the oppressing. Fredrick Hampton is best known for being the deputy chairman of the Black Panthers Illinois chapter. He also was known for his radical thought process, speeches, and his ability to drive energy from a crowd by speaking the truth of what was happening in the political, economic, and social system.
You have to understand that people have to pay the price for peace. If you dare to struggle, you dare to win. If you dare not to struggle, then goddamn it, you don't deserve to win. Let me say peace to you if you're willing to fight for it. Let me say it in the spirit of liberation. I've been gone for a little while. At least my body's been gone. You ain't got to see that to me. At least my body's been gone for a little while. But I'm back now, and I believe that I'm back to stay.
Because of his strong leadership in 1967, the FBI identified Hampton as a radical threat and began to try to subvert his activities in Chicago, Illinois. End quote. And unfortunately, he was only 21 years old when he was assassinated while in his apartment, in bed, and sound asleep. Although she was not killed, she was physically harmed by police officers and other corporations of the government while being pregnant with their first child and only child to date. He was murdered, and several Black Panther Party leaders were also killed that day or severely injured. The trial for some justice on his death as well as the other Black Panther Party members continued for years. And then in January 1970, a coroner jury held an inquest and decided that all of the killings by the hands of the police and other corporations were justifiable homicides. At this time, I would like to caution viewers of what information she is about to share pertaining to an event that took place alongside Fred Hampton and Fred Hampton Jr. at the expense of the FBI. This is her truth, Akua Njuri, and I am someone who is for truth no matter how hard it is to understand at first or digest. I honor my ancestors in this way, to share only truth and uplift the voices of the least heard or undermined. With that being said, here's a clip of Akua and Jury speaking out about the event that happened to her unborn son, and Fred Hampton.
I remember crossing out of the bed, sliding into Chairman Fred's house shoes, and thinking to myself, keep your hands up, don't stumble, don't fall. They will kill you and your baby. I remember coming out between two lines of police, and they were laughing, grabbed me by the top of my hair, slung me into the kitchen area. Somebody said, "He's barely alive, he'll barely make it."
This source is from Wikipedia on Fredrick Allen Hampton, his birth name. And it reads, a civil lawsuit was later filed on behalf of the survivors and the relatives of Hampton and Clark. It was resolved in 1982 by a settlement of $1.85 million. The city of Chicago, Cook County, and the federal government each paid 1/3 to a group of 9 plaintiffs. Given revelations about the illegal COINTELPRO program and documents associated with the killings, scholars now widely consider Hampton's death an assassination under the FBI's initiative. So, who is Fred Hampton, you ask? He was a man who was courageous, fearless, and someone who was taken off this earth way before his time. He is remembered for his leadership among other Black people and white people that stood for the idea of humanity for all regardless of your genetic makeup. His partner, Akua, continues the work, and for his son, Fred Hampton Jr., he has continued on in his father's footsteps, not forgetting who he is, where he comes from, and the purpose behind the struggle.
Why don't you live for the people? Why don't you struggle for the people? Why don't you die for the people?
Hey, I just want to stop in and say thanks for watching. I'm so very excited about this. I woke up around 5 a.m. today, and I edited this until like 3 p.m. and still have more editing to do, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm curious though, what did you learn from this video? I'd love to chat about it in the comments. Melanated Kings Monday videos are every first and last Monday of the month. And well, until next time, thank you again for supporting, and stay tuned for the next video on Consciously Melanated Queen.